What is up, guys? In today's video, we're going to be spectating random players in Fortnite Zero Build, going over what I think they do well, what they could do differently, and just the state of the game right now. As always, if you guys do enjoy this video, find it helpful, informative, or interesting, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more. Comment down below what you think of Fortnite changing the lobby size from 80 to 60 for this weekend, and if you guys would like to use my code in the shop when getting anything, it is EvolveJake, just like my channel name is, and it is underneath the webcam at all times. So I really have no idea where to land right now, because it's always a bit of a toss-up sometimes when making these videos, like accidentally landing at a spot where there's not really anybody at. But with this weekend, as I said, Fortnite has made it go from 80 to 60. So there's 20 less players in the lobby. And okay, it seems like there's a good amount of people landing here. But I was worried about just landing and there just happening to be nobody there, which would be like really, really unfortunate. Hopefully this guy can eliminate me. Do it. Thank you. Let me get my emote off. But yeah, okay, we're gonna be on board with Goose. I have actually encountered this player a good amount. He's a good player. Like, the fights are usually good. I've killed them, they've killed me. He's got a little Chihuahua dog. But yeah, I feel like one of the biggest problems with this entire Simpsons season has just kind of been the pacing of things in the mid to late game, especially. And with them making it even less players in the lobby, I feel like that just causes that problem to be even more so true. And in the few matches I've played today, that's kind of how it's felt. So hopefully we don't get any like extreme dead time during this match. He's getting like shot by somebody with a slingshot across the way, but I don't have the highest hopes for the person shooting him with that, because that's like a weird way to start a fight, just shooting the slingshot at someone's house like that. Especially at a POI like this, where there's often a lot of players landing here. All the time you spend doing things like that and not getting more loot, not getting more shield, potentially can just cost you versus other players. And that's, I think, something that is like really important with an early game, is kind of recognizing, like, if it's very packed, I feel like you got to play a bit safer and more to just set yourself up for success. Whereas if it is a little more dead, then maybe you can just like focus on like pressuring out the one or two people there. But this POI, often decently populated. You're often going to get third-partied, so you need to kind of keep your wits about you and make sure you're actually like ready to fight before you start forcing fights. Unfortunately, it's no shots there. Like, the first player he fought didn't really get an opportunity to play the game because they got like double headshotted by the revolver. This player, he doesn't hit any shots. They dropped in on him. That's unfortunate. I was going to say he's probably just going to go for the same play because it was a good play. His burger's here. He can eat another one. But I think shockwaving up like that with the revolver, especially if your aim is decent, is not a bad way to play a fight if someone has high ground on you. But unfortunately in that situation, he just hit no shots, and then now this fight is just kind of, the other player has pressure, and so he's just trying to like come back in this fight, but it's so hard for him to, because he doesn't have any more burgers now, and he's never been able to like really create enough separation or create damage on the player pushing him. A lot of times if you're like in the back, he's gonna get this slurp truck, and that'll help, but he's still a bit weak. He needs to shoot at the Sunstrider here. The one to his right is an AI, I think. Nice. Perfect. Okay, that's it. What I was basically gonna say is, if it's hard to talk about that when it's happening, but if you're under pressure, like the enemy has damage on you and they're chasing, what you want to try to do is reposition, heal, and then hopefully get damage on them while they're pushing into you. And that is why burgers are such a good healing item, because you can just like quickly pop them and then they'll heal you and you can like be gun up and ready to fight. But in the situations that he was in, the Sunstrider was doing a decent enough job of chasing to where the player was spectating never really got to like create enough separation to like get damage on the enemy and turn that pressure. But that was like good map knowledge there. He gets to the slurp truck and then ignores the AI that's next to him and fights the other player. And then like he's able to get damage on the Sunstrider and turn the fight. So that was pretty well played. And the start of that fight just like completely didn't go their way. GG's to this guy sneaking around. The start of that fight completely didn't go their way, but I feel like if you play that situation out like 10 times where he shockwaves up and shoots the pistol down, I feel like in over half of them it goes well for him and he gets good damage, and then he's able to eliminate that player. Like, this guy's pistol aim has been incredibly good from what we've seen thus far. Just unfortunate that one of the fights that mattered most, he just got no damage. This is bad. He's getting shot by 2 different people. His car's blown up. I don't really know why he did that, but this is GG's probably, unfortunately. And this season is just very, very timing based. Maybe he can regain here. They might fight each other. He has no way out, but if these people start like, if you hear both shotguns getting shot actively, you want to try to third party. Like right now, it sounds like both people are taking damage. You can maybe try to third party this and clean it up. You don't want to fight the AI. You just ignore that. Not enough damage to really do anything. Probably just gets in the car and tries to dip. But in that situation, like he was benched already. Like we knew the man was across the street, and then we knew there was somebody else here. I didn't know that they were like on his roof behind him, but like just trying to drive away like that, I feel like was not ever gonna go his way. And you saw how south it almost went just purely off timing. He's lucky that the other guy overchased and then they started fighting. But if they didn't actually start fighting, I think the other player that was there would have just eventually like cleaned him out in a situation where he really didn't get much opportunity to play the game. This season is very, very timing and third party centric. Blows that car up. It's damage, but nothing really to chase off. Not that he has any loot to chase anyways. He could go to the gas station that's at the farm and buy slushies to at least have some mobility. Oh, he has fish. For some reason, I did not see that he had fish. Perfect. This is GG's. The fish are just so OP. Once he kind of got to that guy without taking much damage, it was over. That Vecna needed to like hit shots on him as he was dashing into them. And that's one of the unfortunate aspects of like fish as your only mobility item, is a push like that is kind of up to the other player whether or not it's allowed to happen. Like if they like beamed him while he was just dashing into them, then he could have died. But once you get on them not taking much damage with dashes active, it's a struggle of a fight to win versus his dashes. And so right now he's just looking for tags, looking to disable the car. I assume when he gets tags on this player, he's going to eat a fish and then dash onto them. And he's going to have early damage and he's going to have dashes active, and it's going to be a fight that's unplayable. He gets shocked out. That's surprising. I was also going to say, I wonder if he'll just like eat the fish and dash on them dry, because even without getting early tags there, the advantages that dashes give is so huge. And this player definitely seems like one that's like comfortable using the dashes. My gosh. They maybe get away? Yeah. Unfortunate. But like that was... that person took so much more damage than you would have expected to take there. This guy has no AR ammo though, which is bad. And I guess the play here is to go to somewhere that has donut rain and hope to get ammo that way. But their aim is like very, 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 very good. Unless the spectator is bugged, he only has 17 ammo. And I wonder if he's aware of it, because like, to me at least, oh shoot. He's hit by the exotic. I'm so used to just having a lot of ammo that it's not something I really ever pay much attention to. Because most games, if you have like a decent amount of kills, you've like gotten enough ammo. Especially like if you've gotten a few kills that aren't off spawn. But now we know that somebody has the exotic Mr. Blasty, which is a rough item to play against. Marge here. I don't really think he cares to eliminate her. Yeah, he's not. I guess the Mr. Blasty player is up on this mountain. I don't know. I was looking at my phone when he got shot. Hopefully this fight happens close range. Like he needs this to happen close range because he has no ammo. You can shoot the driver from the passenger seat on this car model. That's why it's the car model I use. Takes the car out of the play. He has no more dashes though, which is unfortunate. And the shockwave sent him the direction that he didn't want to go, I don't think. If he had dashes coming out of the car there, then he could have just dashed on this player and then like forced the fight. Again, he has no AR ammo, so like he needed that fight to happen close range. There is burgers, I believe, in this building. There's a building here that has a plate of burgers at it. He's getting pressured though. There's one shockwave left after this. He's gonna go for the full reset in the lake. I maybe would have wanted to get out on that roof and then try to fight, but there also was an additional player here, I think. So maybe just like getting out of it completely is best, to not just like get third partied again. But now he's in a rough situation. No AR ammo, 1 shockwave to his name. And he's going to have 1 big pot to his name as well. There is donut rain happening at Camp Krusty. And if you're ever in a scuffed situation like this, going to where the donut rain has happened is the best thing you can do, because there's a lot of loot left behind typically. And so he could get more AR ammo. He could get shockwaves. Also, there's any kill he gets, as Marge is griefing. Any kill he gets is probably going to fix his ammo concerns. As I said, like, it's usually not an issue that you run into if you've gotten a few mid-range, mid-game kills. And so I would assume the next player he eliminates is probably somewhat stacked on AR ammo, and then he'll just be chilling. Unfortunately, Donut Rain didn't happen at Springfield Town Square this game. That's one of the spots that can happen. And it may end up happening once the zone closes. There's 4 people left. I feel like this is a point in the game where, like, it's just very dead, but I don't know how different... Like, it's hard to know a hypothetical match where this started with 80 instead of 60. If the amount of players alive at this point would really be that different, since so many people die off spawn this season anyways. Dang, no air ammo. Even just an AI kill would maybe be like at least like a mag or 2 that he could, you know, at least play the game at that point. With how prevalent cars are too, like not having ammo to spray the car out is just unfortunate. Nice. He almost has a full mag. Zone did go to Krusty though, so like there should be the loot left over there, and there's donut rain happening on this mountainside in front of him. That gold, there's like 2 gold donuts that just dropped. Breaking those gold donuts would give you gold loot. I don't know if it gives you a lot of ammo or not, but he needs his loot here. Gonna drink the slushy since 1 spawned there. He just tops off at 3 and has the effect active. Looting while the donut rain is happening is a bit of a struggle, but like once the donut rain is over, like it's over now, I think. Like you can just get all the loot left behind. I believe there was ammo to his right. This third party in this fight is more important than it, though. Is this like potentially is a game here? And both players were shooting shotguns. And so this should be a player that's left really weak. And they were really weak, but unfortunately it like took him a little longer to get the kill than he would have liked, and now he's getting third partied. Didn't take much damage though. Only 10 AR shots. Gonna drink another slushy just to have that effect active. Maybe this person gets out on the ground. Oh, that's so unlucky. The like terrain griefed him. He couldn't like walk up the hill easily. He could look for the loot under the tower though. Oh, he's got the exotic now. Oh, and he's stacked on ammo. Perfect. Okay. He can maybe kill this person with fall. It's not gonna happen. But when you balloon someone's car, if they don't get out soon enough, then you blow the car up in the air, they die to fall. Unless they land in the water here. There's 2 players remaining though. It's this person and another. I'm like kind of sketched out about like over chasing this. Maybe it's like, it doesn't matter. Okay. But I was gonna say he hasn't done any damage to this player or anything, so it's not like that kill like needs to be chased down like that, you know? And we've seen a few situations like almost go badly for this player just strictly because of the third parties. But it worked out. And now it is a 1v1. And my expectations are that this person will win. They fixed their shockwave problem. They fixed their ammo problem. Should have everything they need to win the game. And it's also very possible the final person is just an AI that's pickaxing a wall somewhere. This was a good match, though. Of the ones I've tried to spectate with the 60 player count, there's been a lot of just very dull, boring moments. But this one has been, like, decently high action the entire time, which is good. Luckily, they didn't have to play against this. Blasty, like, they third-partied the person who had it. This is such a rough gun to play against sometimes. My guess would be that the person is camping down at the camp somewhere because that was like partially in zone the entire time. I feel like if they were in the farm area, he would have seen them when he was over there a moment ago because they would have had to be like leaving. But you never know with Fortnite players and their like passion to hide. This is where like if the season had a flare gun, it would be so helpful. I'm gonna balloon up to the mountain. You can also check bushes with the balloons. And with how large these bushes are, people can be in the bush and not be affected by the balloon. But oftentimes you can just hit them with it and... Oh, they're right in front of him. They're just going to shock and hip fire the pistol at them. Yeah, it's an AI. GG's, man. Imagine the AI just like 200 pumped him. That was a good game, though. Final player is an AI, but the chaos that we had in the early game and like kind of the right before that AI happened, I think this is a pretty good game. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below if you enjoyed this. Remember to give it a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.